I think we're going to war. You look at all the charts on everything, like it looks like war charts to me. We have a fake market. Like we just have to admit this is a fake market. It's a monopoly game. You can say we're not releasing funds into the world, but we are indeed releasing large amounts of money. Fiat, currency, we're producing fiat. You can get zero information out of China right now. You think they're not printing? See, America's lost its ability to control the whole world. I mean, this is a global market now, and people are going to print to survive, and they're going to take other actions to survive. And I think gold, I actually thought we were seeing a rotation from some of the old gold guys. I think that's happening. Some of the old 30-year-old gold guys are looking at Bitcoin. Any one of them that have 10 Bitcoin, and for 4 or 5 years, they're starting to look at Bitcoin very differently. It's actually, they're going to look at Bitcoin and go, oh wow, this is what I wanted as gold. Speed, they never had that, right? Transportability, fragmentation capability without 40% premiums, right? I mean, in order for somebody to get one of those little Valkyrie things, it's a 40% premium on gold. So I think people are buying in fear of the market just being at max consumption on a bunch of paper products, things that degrade.
We are heading towards a world war. All the charts point towards it. The fake money printing game is about to end. Fiat is going to zero, and America has lost its ability to control the world. Now, all the gold guys are shifting to Bitcoin, and this is a revolution no one is ready for. This is the latest warning out from Gary Cardone. Recently, Gary spoke on the extraordinary rise of Bitcoin, with it hitting new all-time highs. He shared his belief that Bitcoin isn't just a fantastic investment for himself, but also for his children, stressing its ability to secure their financial future. According to Cardone, Bitcoin presents the biggest opportunity of our lifetime, urging people to grab hold of the opportunity before it slips away. He also discussed reports suggesting that some countries are secretly accumulating Bitcoin, recognizing its importance in global affairs. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, where Gary reveals why he believes Bitcoin is going to $1 million. Also guys, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy staying up to date with finance content, consider subscribing or liking the video. It's free and you can always change your mind. Now here's Gary Cardone's Bitcoin price prediction.
I think the thesis of a very rare commodity will play out that one, it'll be the greatest investment opportunity in a lifetime, probably many lifetimes. And for me, it's an accumulation play at this point. I think it really is going to depend on what happens in the next week or so. But, you know, all-time highs get punched through. And we're at a not only all-time high, but a market cap all-time high. I think you should really start looking at Bitcoin as a $1.3 trillion asset and just don't even talk about price. We literally get a market cap quote every day on the size of Bitcoin, because I think it's just going to chew through the Googles and the NVIDIAs. I think this is NVIDIA when it was 25 years ago, like literally at the startup of the .com. So, which pretty good indicator what's going to happen. And that's a hardware company. No one would have predicted a hardware company would be trading at $2 trillion. So don't, like for me, and it has monopoly exposure. Bitcoin is a monopoly. So it has no exposure. I'm actually, very few people that talk about trading will say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I'm not giving you advice. I'm giving myself advice. Right. And actually talking about it, really, just the dialogue, going through the what ifs. I've accumulated, I will continue to accumulate. At 67, this does not bother me at all. In fact, I would suggest that $67,000 today is still risk adjusted, better than it was at 15, 25, 30, pre-ETF. And now we know how much volume. Actually today we know real volume is showing up here, real volume. And I think that volume is just the beginning, the trickle coming through the hose. This is not RIAs. Everybody keeps talking about all these institutional RIAs buying Bitcoin. That is not happening. We have people from Qatar flying around meeting with massive whales, So like we're getting a lot of intel we would never have gotten 25 years ago on NVIDIA.
That's true.
The intel in Bitcoin is fascinating. So yeah, I think this is a great investment for my children. It's happening right now in at least 4 countries I know of. So granted, nobody's talking about it really, but we're at war, and we haven't not been at war for a long time.
When you say we, do you mean the United States?
I believe the
we
United
here?
States machinery, equipment, and that is printing. Okay, just because I don't build a tank or send the money to someone, I do a deal through Germany. I go, hey, Germany, I'm going to send you a new T1 tank, but I need you to send Poland your old ones, and then Poland can serve to the Ukrainians. I mean, this is a Ponzi scheme. It's just shuffling nuts so that the senators and the congressmen don't have to say, we actually just created $1 trillion worth of money supply because we made a commitment to give Germany some new tanks. Like, where does this money show up from? Germany can't afford it. Germany absolutely cannot afford this. So we're just moving things around on the chessboard, and sooner or later, this is what gold, silver, and I think Bitcoin was established for. This is why I'm not totally convinced that the S&P could just puke out, and I think it will. And I think short term, you would have a Bitcoin hit. You and I are great doing these shows because I never do any short-term trading. It's not what I do for a living anymore. I don't want to do it. He does this 16 hours a day. He's got 5 guys back there looking at every chart, challenging him, okay? But his messaging, I mean, you get beat up on social media a lot. Look, I expect Bitcoin to get traded in the 50s. That's going to happen, man.
Okay.
You know why? Because you got a bunch of idiots trading leverage on the greatest asset in the world, and we have real professional traders getting ready to come in here, and they're going to spank them into left field, and they're going to get blown out. And this is the greatest opportunity in a lifetime. So that's why we're going to have these swings, not because Bitcoin's inferior in any way. It's because the investment thesis right now is a little crazy. It has to get worse because there's no one bringing any remedies to the table. None. There are no real remedies showing up. There's no leaders showing up going, we must stop killing people. Until we get that moment, like, we're going to keep doing this. This is what these people do. It's really sad. And Americans need to start, like people are asking me, hey, why are you voicing this? Why did Kitco get such a response from that? I think people want to hear the truth. And media has completely lost their way in exposing what's happening behind the curtain to Joe Domestic. And I think that's what media was there for. And that's why I'm doing some of this stuff. And if I get sanctioned or embargoed or told to leave the country or thrown in jail, I get like, okay, but freedom is not free. We have to start communicating about the problems here. This year, we will have an announcement that a sovereign has already not only put Bitcoin on the balance sheet, but they are continuing to buy just like they are with gold. Because if they're continuing to do this on gold, they're actually looking at the same charts that I looked at out there and go, hey, these are war charts, man. These are absolute war charts, possible depression charts. And I'm a gold buyer, I'm a silver buyer, and I'm going to buy Bitcoin till it makes me bleed. And I think you're going to have a couple of countries, okay? Like, who would be good? Turkey? Turkey is in an absolute great position to be a Bitcoin buyer. Russia's already doing it. 3rd largest miner. That's already happening. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Aramco. I mean, Aramco is a country, right? So, I mean, this is a game changer here because they have a new option that I don't think. And where else can they deploy if we're going to war? We'll get a CBDC. We'll get 108 of them. That's the good news. Got 108 countries competing with each other, and they'll teach everybody how to use digital assets, even though the truth is we are already digitized. I'm the only guy with cash in my pocket.
I carry cash.
Good for you, because cash is king when you're in a bind, okay?
Right.
Bitcoin doesn't do anything. I've literally tested this 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get a cab. And your Bitcoin gets you nowhere. The credit card gets you nowhere, but $1,000 being waved at somebody, dude, the guy pulls over immediately. So look, I don't get this worried about this whole, we are digitizing planet Earth. Okay, you don't digitize planet Earth and then not be able to calibrate it, measure it, track it, trace it. It's happening. This is technology, okay? Like, I don't do anything that I'm worried about being traced and tracked on. Now, I'm going to be irritated when, as soon as I go over 70 miles an hour in my Range Rover, I get a ticket. Like the old Jetsons. Ticket, $10, right? But, you could build a case that'd be better than getting stopped by a cop and being harassed. Well, this is the real value of self-custody. This is why, people think I'm talking bad about self-custody. I'm not. But I'm not keeping $180 million on a seed phrase, okay? That, like I don't keep $180 million in a bank either, right? You move things around. So if I have, 100 Bitcoin sitting on a wallet and this thing goes to shit, well, I still have the ability. I mean, that's why I'm making all these connections with all these people. I can do a peer-to-peer transaction with Tony Vace. Like I'll figure out where he is. I mean, there's a lot. That's why the price is so important. Price is so important here, and the speed of price. If we can get this thing to $500,000 to $1 million, everyone will be in this game, and then it's unstoppable. Because even the senators that want to stop it, they'll be making so much money from it. They're like, hey, this is a great game.
So there's Gary Cardone sharing his views on Bitcoin's remarkable surge in value and how it could be a wise investment not just for himself, but also for his children's financial security. He points out how some countries are quietly acquiring Bitcoin, indicating its growing importance on the global stage. Cardone also raised questions about the potential introduction of digital currencies by central banks, wondering how they might affect our financial systems. His message is straightforward: keep an eye on Bitcoin because it's shaking up the way we think about money. Also, stay informed about developments in the financial world and be prepared for whatever changes might come our way. Before we go, a quick reminder for those who are keen on staying updated in the fast-paced world of crypto and Bitcoin. Consider subscribing to our daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a concise resource for the latest expert predictions, breaking news, and top on-chain analysis trusted by over 50,000 subscribers for insightful crypto investment information. Click the first link in the description to join our community and elevate your crypto investment knowledge today. Anyway guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video and that provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.